to the Lovin Dubai Before Brunch podcast. I'm Caitlin.
I'm Casey.
And we are your definitive inside track to anything and everything that's happening in and around Dubai.
And we are with you every Friday morning in the beautiful hour before brunch starts.
Good morning, Casey.
Good morning, Caitlin.
Happy October already.
Where has the time gone?
I can't even believe it's October.
Are you one of these people who's like shaking with excitement about Halloween? Because it's all over the internet and I don't...
I'm on the countdown for Christmas already.
Get out.
I will not.
But like, so yeah, this overexcitement about holidays. I mean, it's the 1st of October. Can we not just enjoy the fact that it's like relatively cool outside?
So this week was the first week that I've driven my car with the windows down in quite a while. Ooh. And it felt good, wind in my hair.
Those are the markers, right?
Yeah, that's when you know it's getting better.
Yeah, like when you forget deodorant and it's okay.
It's never okay. I sit next to you at work. It's never okay.
But it's cooler. Okay, moving on.
So we have a great podcast coming up. We're giving away 1,000 dirhams worth of Reebok. And when we say worth of, we're giving you a voucher so you can go and pick what you want, which is very exciting. And we'll tell you more about this later in the podcast.
Activewear for the win.
Oh, I love activewear.
Me too.
If I could wear it to work and everywhere, I would. But more on that later. We've got plenty happening this month that we'll chat about. But first up, Casey, there's been a bit of a strop, bit of drama.
Bit of a strop. It's so funny how this story got relayed to us because it was basically went from message from a friend, like, has anyone seen this influencer? Her name is Style Macaroni and she's having a bit of a chat on her stories. And I think it's really rare for influencers or anyone to just be so genuine about their feelings on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I think when you get the more negative emotions, it's more standout because you go, oh my God, I can't believe that person's saying that. Or it's just like, well, everything's not peaches and cream in influencer land.
Yeah, exactly. And so she was, first of all, she was cursing a little bit, but I got an impression that she was giving it out about the influencer industry as a whole, but other people thought that she was just raging that she wasn't invited to an event. What were your thoughts?
2 events, I think. It seemed like the not being invited to the 2 events then triggered frustrations about the industry. Now, I want to kind of preclude this because we experience some of this as well, where people will invite us to an event. I know, poor us, but they'll invite us to the event under the guise of just an invitation, and then they go, oh, and when will you be writing about it on Lovin Dubai?
Yeah.
And I go, I can keep it in mind, but I never said I was going to write anything, and that's not how we operate. We don't just write about all the freebies we get, otherwise we'd just have a website full of freebies. We wouldn't make money. We wouldn't have integrity in terms of genuine discovery. And so I think she commented about being invited to an event and having to post about outfits that she got. So I do empathize to a degree.
Yeah, exactly. So if she is a budding influencer and she wants to make a business of it, she can't just be posting everything she gets. But then that's up to the influencer, and that's up to us as Lovin Dubai as a whole as well, that when we go to events or something that we have to be really clear about what's expected and what's not, because PRs of course are going to try and walk all over you and take the coverage if they can.
And it does seem, I know what people outside the industry think, and they go, stop moaning, you're getting freebies, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. But it's not just that. Also, it's still work. When you go to these events, you still have to mingle and be on your best behaviour and chat to people and make small talk, and everyone's going, so how's your month been? Oh, I'm glad summer's over. Oh, is it as busy for you as it is for me? Silly season's starting again. Blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of these conversations.
Yeah, seeing influencers getting freebies, immediately there was a negative reaction to her post. But at the same time, if she is trying to be a serious influencer in the eyes of PRs and people that might pay her, is ranting about it and cursing, is that going to look good in brands' eyes?
My favourite part was her brief breaks throughout the rants for sponsored posts by places that were hosting her. So she was someone ranting and raving about places expecting her to post, and then would stop, film her delicious tea or lunch or whatever, and then continue ranting.
But what was clear there is that it wasn't sponsored, because if something is legitimately sponsored, we have to label it as sponsored in the UAE now with the new laws. So it was probably free because she was really excited about the lunch. And
do people actually post that things are sponsored, though? I debate that. I know the laws are coming in now, an international best practice, yes, but I don't see a lot of brands tagged as sponsored in the posts.
Where are we talking about now? What platforms?
Primarily Instagram.
So on Instagram, there's a feature, and you can, when you post a post and you have a sponsored client, you can go into the settings and have a paid for by on top of the post, which I'm sure everyone has seen. They're not using that, but they're still doing the cheeky hashtag ad, hashtag SP.
At the very end.
In the... I feel like the high level influencers are doing this. I don't know why they just don't want to put the paid for by. Like, what's the issue there? Because then it links to the brand. It kind of gives them an extra shout out. It's just a professional way to do it.
It's just best practice, isn't it?
Sort your stuff.
There are different kinds of influencers too that have different objectives. So we look at Huda Beauty, who started as a beauty blogger, right? And she's then built her beauty empire through her social media, and it's made her products the must-have products because she's all over social. People want her stuff. They want to be reposted by her. They want to engage with her, and she's just insanely likable too.
Huda, I love her page because I think it's the best example of genuine, not forced makeup shout-outs. We've talked about her page before because she doesn't necessarily just do Huda shout-outs. She'll always have any other brand, but she's giving mentions to smaller makeup artists. And she has also said that she said no to brands, and she can be paid a lot of money for posts. But brands look for people with genuine followers. They look for credible people. So makeup brands are going to come to Huda. So if you're a small level influencer, you want to have followers that like you, that think you're genuine, and that care about what you care about.
And engage with you.
Yeah.
Rather than just get, bajillion likes. They want comments, they want engagement, they want people to listen and interact with you. So it does seem like a lot of people are trying to be influencers now. Have you noticed this? Like my friends.
Your friends?
Are really trying now to be influencers. Like they're hashtagging the crap out of their pictures. I hashtag too. I'm guilty of it, but I just do it because it's fun. I like to see the numbers go up. But a lot of friends who never seemed that interested, they don't necessarily work in any industry related to media, but now they see the freebies, I think, and they want the freebies.
So this is so sad, because this is what people see on Instagram, is people looking like they have these amazing lives, and then they're just trying to make money out of it, get freebies. So that was okay maybe a year or so ago, but now as brands are cottoning on to people, unless they have something genuine that they're really passionate about, I think brands are more smart with who they trust, I guess.
I hope so. I think yes, to a degree, but I think we still have a long way to go in the UAE for this.
I don't know. I think it's harder for micro influencers, especially in the UAE, to break into it now, because if they have to decide if they need the influencer license or not, because obviously it was like 14,000 dirham for the year total to get that.
Yeah, it's not a cheap thing to obtain.
But is it just an ego thing? Okay, freebies are nice and you see people getting freebies online, whatever, but you see not even people who want to be influencers, but people with a normal amount of followers putting up all these like self-serving, posts, and it's so just about vanity.
I'm guilty of that, so yeah, I'll accept that. I love a travel brag because I love traveling, so every time I get the opportunity to go overseas, I want all the photos and I share all the photos, and I'm sure people get annoyed with me.
I'm guilty too of that, but
it's just these beautiful places that I want to share though, because I'm so excited to see them and I can't believe the natural beauty around them, and it makes me want to go places when I see other people's Instagram feeds of, like, don't get me wrong, there's places like the Maldives. Yeah, we get it, we've seen it. It's beautiful. Let's move on. Don't need any more press trips to the Maldives, I don't think. But there's interesting offbeat places that you can discover. You're not going to get the utility, which frustrates me, and that's a whole travel blogger rant that I can go down, but I won't go down that path. But seeing these amazing places you may not have thought of.
Yeah. So is that what you think you're doing? You think you're doing people a service?
Not necessarily me, but that's what I enjoy travel-wise on Instagram.
I agree with you. I think we've talked before about the whole Instagram being kind of negative for mental health. And like when you post something, yes, maybe you're sharing something insightful, but also it's those, what did you say before, it's like those likes give you like an adrenaline high or something,
yeah,
and you see the likes going up.
So it's actually interesting because Apple's latest iOS has new functions where you can regulate your screen time on certain apps or certain groups of apps now. So they've obviously identified that people are spending, say, too much time on Instagram, guilty here, yes, and you can limit the time you're spending on Instagram then, or you can limit the time you're spending on all social media apps.
You mean like limit as in you see it and you'll notice that and you'll say, okay, that's too much time.
It'll give you an alert and says you're done for the day. Put your phone down.
Because I was going to say, I think Android already have the feature that you can see how much time you're spending on apps, but they don't let you limit it, or it doesn't give you an alert as far as I know. But it's interesting that we're talking about the likes and numbers of followers and stuff, because I don't know if it's a meltdown, but Kanye's been talking about Instagram recently.
Kanye. It's always a meltdown when Kanye's involved, isn't it?
Well, Kanye, formerly known as Kanye, now Ye.
He wishes.
No, he changed his name.
It's like P. Diddy. You can't just change your name and expect us to stay.
Well, you can, because P. Diddy did, and then for years he was called Puff and Puff Daddy, and Kanye now to be called Ye.
He wishes.
So he had a conversation with head of Twitter, head of Snapchat, separately, and both of them agreed that there's too much emphasis on likes and followers, and that they would rather revert back to people sharing for the want to share rather than for numbers and attention. So it's just shade at Instagram though, isn't it? Because Instagram is the primary source of influencers, the primary obsession with numbers. Instagram is the devil in terms of the obsession with numbers. Yeah, but Instagram pays his wife's family's wages, basically. Yeah, that's so it's a weird one. It's such a weird one, but that's what he also, what did he not just release new Yeezys? So it's kind of like he does great promotion in all sorts of ways right before he releases a new album and releases new shoes. So it's very clever. This can be put in with that. Anyway, moving on from influencers and Ye, there's another celeb who did something crazy on social media this week. Did you hear about Lindsay Lohan? Oh, Lindsay. So Lindsay's actually based in Dubai, I understand. And she does pop into events now and then, but she also goes abroad. Yeah, so she was in Moscow, and this kind of has people worried because it was really bizarre behaviour. She got out of her car and went live on Instagram, which you have to consider someone's mindset to do that. She went to a homeless family, they were on the side of the street, husband, wife and son. And at first, it looked like she really wanted to help them. She was like, "Are you okay? Tell me your story and I'll help you. America is listening." There were some weird comments thrown in there. All right, thanks, Lindsay. I want to help you. But then she kind of moved on and she was like, "Let me just take your son to a hotel. Like, let's go watch video games. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's watch movies." And then you kind of got the impression that she's not fully with it. I don't know, just, I wouldn't say slurring, but just some of the things she was saying weren't quite right. What level-headed adult goes up to a family and says, "I'll take your son to a hotel"? Well, yeah, but you have to give people benefit of the doubt at first. So what happened? This family move away, like they're not happy with this attention. I would say she was with them about 10 minutes and it's all live, it's all on YouTube. And also she's speaking a mix of Arabic and English. I don't speak Arabic, but I can understand it. So it was basically speaking English, but throwing in like wala, yala, just throwing in a couple of words. And a lot of people were commenting being like, well, it's not Arabic. But then she started criticizing them, being like, what you're doing is not Arab, because she wanted to take the son away to a hotel. And then when they moved away, she started accusing them of child trafficking. And when she went to take the son's hand, the mother pushed her. This was live. The mother pushed her to the floor. Was she holding the phone the whole time? And then the mother and son walked away. And you can see in her frame of mind, I'm thinking that she thinks that they're child traffickers for whatever thing is going on in her head, whatever scenario she's built up, and that they're leaving with this son. So then when the mother pushes her, she turns the camera on herself and says she's so upset and she's crying. And then it ends. So did she get pushed or punched? I read punched. So she says the mother just punched me. I saw the video and she was definitely pushed forcefully, but you can't tell if it's a push or a punch. Lindsay used the word punched. Oh, she's such a trash bag. Love her. She's an endless source of entertainment. She's just good quality banter for our site as well, because she's based here. So you just kind of want to know what crazy things she's going to do next. She was spotted in Mykonos, right, doing a loony dance, not quite to the beat of the music, and she seemed a bit not
in the right headspace then either.
Yeah, well, this one, I thought she was getting her act together though. I really thought she did, and that's why she was happy in the UAE, because there was no press attention, no media attention. Obviously the UAE is a very safe, conservative place to be, so it's a good place to, live a straight
and she's away from that massive, like the paparazzi. There's none of that here.
She took herself here to go away from that media attention. So what is this going live on Instagram at this moment? It's just bizarre.
It's so strange. People are strange. I guess this kind of loops back to the influencer having a rant. Like, people are watching, and it even stems to when you put a Facebook post up, you've got 400 friends. Then imagine you're standing in a room shouting at 400 people. Would you say those things to 400 people?
I love this analogy. It's the best.
So, like, especially when relationships are breaking up, it's like a car crash. You can't not look at these statuses and watching these people have this public meltdown, and they're posting like cryptic love song lyrics, and then they put something about, you know who you are.
So I feel like those have moved on. It used to be the Facebook, you know who you are, DM me if anyone wants to know what's going on, kind of silent. Now people are on Instagram and they're just putting up revenge body pictures. That's the new... I've moved on.
Okay.
Or stories on a night out being like, look what a great time I'm having.
But the revenge body pics, I think they're after the breakdown, right? Because that's kind of on the uplift again. So you have the downward spiral,
which is stories at
during the breakup. Yeah. And the crying. And
no, but you don't put the crying on Instagram, because your Instagram is everything's great. So you're having shots with friends at 4 a.m. and there's a random guy in the side of the video, right?
And there's a lot of slurring, and it gets messy. I used to get so stressed out. This was pre-Instagram stories, and I was on Snapchat, and I was very heavily on Snapchat, and I used to get so stressed the next day when I was on a night out of what I'd put on Snapchat, because I just would be a bit too snap happy.
Yeah, that's true. People were more... And most of my friends have migrated from Snapchat to Instagram now, so you don't see it as much. But people put anything on Snapchat. You really felt like it was a quiet, a secure place that no one was going to see it. People aren't so funny on Instagram.
It's a lot more raw, and I never had any affiliation with my work on my Snapchat, whereas Instagram, I have the Lovin Dubai handle in there, so it's very clear where I work. I feel like I'm more a representative of my company, so I don't want to put things, and I go out less because I'm a nana now.
But also, yeah, the Instagram feeds are public, or can be public or private, but you have a page, when in Snapchat you don't. You just have a way to message people privately.
Yeah, it's a bit more private. It's nice.
So let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking sports bras and prizes.
1,000 dirhams. Stay tuned. So Reebok's announced some interesting news, which ties in. We've decided to give away a prize because we want someone to try out this new product. So they did a study and found that 1 in 5 women avoid exercise because of their sports bra. And 50% of women experience breast pain from exercising.
1 in 5 is crazy.
Well, they did a study, and they reviewed a cross-section of 150 Emirati and expat women. So it's within the MENA region.
Okay.
And they found that people were avoiding it just because of discomfort. So they've created this new bra, which they think is the answer to this issue. It's called the Pure Move Sports Bra, which is why we're giving away this 1,000 dirhams, so you can enter the competition and get one of these bras for yourself. Try it out, let us know. But it's so interesting because as a bigger booby girl, I do struggle with sports bras. Like, there are so many flimsy ones out there that I will not touch because they just don't give me support. And I do CrossFit and basketball and a lot of jumpy things, so I can't have my boobs slapping me in the face.
That's true, you cannot. But it's a good point, because there's fashion sports bras, and then you have like legitimate sports bras that are going to hold you together. But when we go and buy ordinary bras, there's a big emphasis on getting sized and fitted. With sports bras, there isn't. You just kind of pick one, you're like, this looks good, and then you go with it. You'll have your size 10, 12, 14, 16, whatever it is. But then I think you have to have brands that you trust.
This same study found that 70% of women are wearing the wrong size sports bra.
That is crazy.
So I guess it kind of depends on a few things. If you go to a proper store, you will get fitted. I have to give a shout out to Lorna Jane. They do a great job in terms of, this is an Australian brand, and I used to get their products all the time there. They distribute here. The women in there know what they're on about, and they'll tell you. So actually, if you're a C cup or above, you should be wearing a sports bra, but then also an inner shelf top. So you should be having 2 different support mechanisms to keep everything in place if you want to do high intensity activities.
That's some good information.
Yes. And their crop tops are actually, I find them very supportive, so there's not too much jiggle. I haven't tried this Reebok one though, which I'm really interested to see how it is, because there are a lot of sports bras on the market that I feel don't live up to what they promise they're going to do.
Yeah, I have a really bad habit of just going to the sales and buying sports bras there. So I kind of just so that's why I have got loads of different brands. How many do you have?
So I have, I think 6, because I think that's a fair number, and then it goes in with the weekly wash, so it works out well. But you do need that many, right? Because you get so sweaty here.
Yeah. What do you mean the weekly wash?
Like my weekly clothing wash.
Do you have like a set day for that?
Yeah, Saturday.
No way.
Yeah.
I just kind of just go whenever.
Sometimes if it's getting dire, but I like to, that set once a week is...
Maybe it's because I don't have like 6 or 7 of everything. It's just kind of whatever day.
I have about 30 pairs of knickers so that I don't have to wash at all during the month if I don't need to.
Yeah, 100%. But it's other clothes that I just kind of go willy-nilly.
It's activewear is a big one for me, and that's why I'm personally invested in this, is because activewear, I would wear activewear to work if I was allowed to.
Weren't we talking about this? So Dubai Fitness Challenge is coming up. It's been moved from the 18th to 26th, I think. But we were talking about what a fun day if we could do an activewear to work day. Because, you know, back in school when I have a non-school uniform day and everyone just thought this was crazy. But what would be really interesting about having an activewear day is to see how many people are invested in Dubai Fitness Challenge. So if they could do it on the 26th, on the first day.
That, yeah.
Just
are you pitching it to me? Because I'm signed up. I've sold.
You've got a link with His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, right? So you can just let him know that this is my plan. But it would just be really interesting to see how many people are going to take part.
Just on the competition, so it's 1,000 dirhams to spend at a Reebok store. You just have to enter via the website. We'll have it in the podcast link, and we'll also link that in the article and on the socials, so you can enter it. You just need to put in your details, and we'll be picking a random winner for that one.
Cool. And if you came to this podcast via any other app, shout out to Angami, who just have a new podcast app section. Go to the website, because our question will be really easy, and I think 1,000 dirham to spend on Reebok activewear. I don't know how I feel about the term activewear. It's because that song ruined it.
Yeah, the BuzzFeed song, right? So there's leisure wear, but leisure wear is more leisurely. Activewear is, because it's not fitness attire, it's a bit more chilled out than that.
It is. It should be, but the song made it something that's not fitness attire, but it's sports gear.
Yeah, but people were wearing gym gear everywhere. Like, I go out for breakfast after gym in my gym clothes.
That's because you're going straight from gym.
Yeah. But now that's kind of manifested into...
But would you go, like, leggings okay, but like full gear get up?
Honestly, I don't know when and where I'm going to need to be able to be active. So I need to be ready for anything. We actually tried Tep Factor last week, which is great fun. And I feel like I was inappropriately dressed because it is far more physical than I was ready for.
Could you describe it?
It's like Crystal Maze. It's like escape rooms, but there's a lot more physical challenges. And you get so sweaty in there.
It's in JBR, and I think, personally for me, I thought it was better than any of the other escape rooms I've done in Dubai, because it's really, really active, and you have to like climb through ropes. I felt like Tarzan. Yeah,
there was a lot more movement involved, whereas... I love escape rooms, by the way. Like I like that mental challenge. I love brain teasers and riddles and things. But this one had a lot more physical elements that I wasn't expecting. And I was in casual sneakers and denim shorts, and I was wishing I was in gym gear, because I'm very competitive and I wanted to move faster and have that full mobility. And there's like jumping and rolling and climbing and pulling and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, and actually, as we went in, I was wearing denim shorts, and I asked one of the guys who'd done it before, is it cool I wear these? And he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And luckily I changed into leggings, because it's serious. And yeah, you will sweat a ton.
And you had your proper sport shoes on, didn't you? Whereas I regretted not wearing mine.
Is that your reason for not winning?
Yeah, blaming
You
it
were on the
wardrobe,
losing team, right?
Wardrobe malfunctions.
You can blame a lot of things. It's highly competitive.
Maybe it was the bra. Maybe I wasn't wearing the correct size bra.
Maybe.
It's those sports bras. But I'm going to make sure this month I have the right bra because I'm going to beat you at everything. I'm very competitive.
I like that we both laugh because we know it's not true.
But something that we touched on briefly that's really exciting this month is the Dubai Fitness Challenge.
Okay, tell us, Dubai Fitness Challenge, it is really exciting.
Oh, there's so many free things, and this is the exciting part of the Dubai Fitness Challenge is that while you want to do your 30 by 30, your 30 days of 30 minutes of exercise, they're encouraging you to do this with these themed villages. So there's 5 themed fitness villages that will run for 26 days at locations around Dubai. So there's the DIFC Fitness Village, that's powered by Techno Gym, which has 300 fitness classes in DIFC. There's one in JLT, there's one at Kite Beach, there's one on the Palm Jumeirah, and there's one at Al Kanawij Walk. So there's all this free stuff happening. And then within that, you have the other events like the Colour Run, Yoga Fest, Dubai International Triathlon. There's all kinds of stuff happening. It's very exciting.
This is amazing because I remember last year there was fitness carnivals at the weekend, and then through the app you could see what fitness classes were free day by day. However, as soon as you say that, I'd get gym membership month on month. Now I'm kind of inclined, I live near enough to JLT that I could just skip it this month and go to the fitness village. That sounds amazing.
And it's ongoing. Like there's stuff for everyone too. There's adults and children's bikes for free rent. There's ladies only times. There's running clubs. There's a Palm Jumeirah Glow Run, which sounds amazing. It's a 3.2 kilometre course with themed lighting and interactive audio, which will create a virtual rainforest experience.
Is interactive the favourite word for PRs?
When it's a colourful thing, it's got to be interactive or edutainment.
Edutainment or sumptuous if it's a buffet.
Oh yeah, I've had enough sumptuous buffets. So also 400 free fitness classes and a daily aqua class at Kite Beach. I won't be going to that one because I got stung by a jellyfish on the weekend, so I'm never going in the ocean again.
Yes, you did. Dubai, be careful. Jellyfish are out and they will sting you. And if you're like Kate, you will get an allergic reaction and have to go to the doctor.
Season's terrifying.
However, just to cut in there, we went wakeboarding, which is when
wake surfing. They're different.
Wake surfing. It was with Extreme Wake. It was on the Lovin Day out. It was great.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. I would definitely do it again.
But the guy was very chill about Kate's sting. He was like, this happens a lot. He put some vinegar on it. He was like, this is the best way to deal with it. He wasn't too worried, but I think it's unusual.
He was very cool, and I was shouting and I was going, it hurts! And he just went squirt, got the vinegar on there, and I was fine.
Yeah, he was all smiles. You didn't take it well.
I thought I took it pretty well. But it's not going to stop me. Like, there's so much stuff. There's the city swim on October 27 as well. There's a water sports zone at Kite Beach for the fitness challenge. Like, there is... there's a national obstacle course I've just seen, which is a 2-kilometre obstacle course with 12 obstacles anyone over the age of 5 can tackle.
So it's a huge month, and there's so much going on over the next month. And then if you're going to get really into exercise, then you also need to take some chill time, which is why I'm going to tell you about the Atlantis Pamper Me package. Right,
so I saw this on the website and it looks like an unbelievably good deal.
Okay, so for 550 dirham, you get a full day in Atlantis, which includes pool access, lunch, and 2 treatments, and they're Shishido treatments, so it's like...
Oh, it's good then.
It's the good stuff, and it's a facial and a massage. So that's a full day. So usually, I know the high-end pools per day can cost 250 dirham. End of. This gets you pool access, a lunch, and 2 spa treatments. A massage
will cost you 600 dirhams at a 5-star hotel, typically.
Exactly.
That's unbelievable. So you get the lunch, you can make a day of it.
These are the deals that only residents know about because they really love in Dubai.
Well, I think this is only valid for residents, right? You need to present your Emirates ID. But it's just such a good deal, and... You want to just go and chill out somewhere, and if you go to a spa, they usually let you use the facilities, but not the whole beach and pool and lunch too. That'll save you a fortune.
So this is very much a treat yourself deal. Like 550 dirham, it's not to be sniffed at. However, it is a full day in the Atlantis with everything you could possibly, like you'll be fed, you'll be
camping.
relaxed. You'll be chill.
Speaking of, I guess, going back higher energy, there's also the Lovin Dubai cruise, which is setting sail on October 13th. Now, this is going to be every Saturday aboard the Lotus Mega Yacht.
Tell me more. I'm so excited.
So the Lotus Mega Yacht is the world's largest commercial mega yacht. Of course, Dubai, biggest, everything. And it's absolutely huge. There's a pool on board. There's a nightclub, a cinema room. You'll get fed. You'll get drink. There's a VIP area with a hot tub. And it's every Saturday throughout the season until April, with the exception of 3 dates, which I'll tell you in a minute. But this is $299 for drinks, $499 for VIP. It's a bargain.
And so we did it last year, not as many times. We're mixing up a little bit this year and we're putting it on for longer because last year was so successful. I think I went about 4 times.
Yeah, big fan.
It is an amazing thing to do on a Saturday afternoon with friends or family. I went once. I had friends visiting. We did it. My brother was visiting. My mum was here. She's here quite a lot. You'll probably hear about her in the next couple of months. She came on it. She loved it. So it's kind of like an all ages thing. And it was just a really nice Saturday. Like, where else would you want to be rather than on a yacht with food and drink on a Saturday afternoon?
Well, I think the most appealing thing for me is it's not one of those boats where everyone just gets hammered and you're on the rubber mats and you don't actually have anywhere to swim and there's no inside bit to chill out. And these boats that do those kind of parties are a bit more intense, whereas this is more of a like chill afternoon. It's really very cool. The DJ's not playing house music. The nightclub, I guess, will, but the DJ's playing the kind of cheesy pop tunes that everyone knows and loves. So
that's a really good point, because I went on I'm going to say 14 to 16 person boat before. This is going to sound like big Dubai problems. You went to the top of the boat and everyone took their pictures, whatever, and then you had to like squeeze to come into the front, and then we were all kind of like stuck in like sardines. And while it was like a nice experience, this is more, there's a lot more space to kind of stand and walk around. You feel very comfortable. And then you obviously go out past the Burj and whatever, so you can get really nice pictures and go really far.
And it's spread over 2 floors, so you can go upstairs and enjoy the sunshine and get your beautiful Instagram photos, or you can go down onto the lower deck where the pool is, the food is, the cinema room is if you want to chill out, and then you can go out the back and get some more Instagram photos by the pool. I guess that rounds off the podcast nicely because Instagram is life, apparently.
Well, actually, I was going to say Dubai Fitness Challenge is obviously on, and it doesn't start until 1, so you can get your gym in the morning.
Yeah, there you go. Get your gym in the morning, the Lovin Dubai cruise in the afternoon, sorted.
Okay, guys, on that note,
have a fantastic October. Do tag us in your Dubai Fitness Challenge and Lovin Dubai cruise pictures. #Lovin Dubai.
And enter the competition, and we'll see you next month.